In today's lesson, we're going to introduce the idea of probability. Probability is the likelihood or chance of an event happening. We can use a probability scale to represent this. Our probability scale ranges from the numbers 0 up to 1, and we can use the words at the bottom to describe the different points on it. If something has a probability of 0, we say that that event is impossible. Likewise, at the other end, if it has a probability of 1, we say that it's certain. If it's in the middle, so there's a half chance of it happening, we say that that's an even chance. And anywhere between even and impossible will be unlikely, and between even and certain is likely. Something that's really important to recognise is that our probability cannot be less than 0, but also cannot be more than 1. As the probability questions you look at become more complex, you can use this idea to help you think about whether your answer is correct or not. So let's have a look at how we can use the words impossible, unlikely, even, likely and certain to describe the probability of different events. Our first example says the current day of the week will end in the letter Y. Now if you think about the days of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, they all end in the letter Y, and therefore the probability of this event is certain. The second question says the next car to drive past your house will be yellow. Whilst there are yellow cars being manufactured, it's not one of the most commonly picked colours. There's also such a vast range of colours, I would say although it's not impossible to happen, it's definitely unlikely. Our third example looks at rolling an ordinary 6-sided dice and getting a number that's less than 4. Getting a number less than 4 does not include 4. This implies the numbers 1, 2 and 3. That means that there's 3 possible outcomes out of the 6 that you have in total. Because 3 is half of 6, I think that there's an even chance of this happening. To reach this conclusion, I've assumed that the dice is fair and not biased in any way. Our fourth example considers the probability of growing wings and flying to the moon. This, of course, is impossible. Our last example looks at the probability of going on a walk outdoors sometime in the next week. For me, this is highly likely, although there might be some unforeseen circumstances that prevent me from doing this. Because of this, I think the probability can be described as likely. Attached to Show My Homework is the following probability scale worksheet. Please make sure you download the whole worksheet as only part of it is being displayed on the screen right now. The first task on this sheet asks you to describe the probabilities shown at each point on the probability scale. That's exactly the same as what I showed you at the start of the video. The second part of this worksheet asks you to describe the probability of several events using the words impossible, unlikely, evens, likely and certain. Please have a go at this now. The solutions to this are attached to Show My Homework so you can check your answers. Once you're happy that you've finished, please take a photo of your work and submit it to Show My Homework so I can see how you've got on. In the second part of this lesson, we're looking at the probability of equally likely outcomes. To do this, you simply write the number of ways of achieving success over the number of possible outcomes. Just remember that the fraction sign is just another way of saying divide. So let's have a look at some examples of this. What is the probability of flipping a coin and it landing on a head? If I flip a coin, I know that there's one way that I can get a head out of 2 possible outcomes. That's getting a head or a tail. So therefore, the probability is 1/2. In this second example, I'm asked what is the probability of rolling a dice and getting the number 4. Again, if I think about the possible outcomes and the ways of achieving success, there is one way that I can get a 4 when rolling a dice, and there are 6 possible outcomes in total. Therefore, my probability is 1 out of 6. My final example asks about the probability of choosing a brown Smartie from those that are displayed on the screen right now. I can see that there are 4 brown Smarties in total out of 20 Smarties that are displayed on the screen. Therefore, the probability would be 4 out of 20. Whilst this answer is correct, it's good practice to try and cancel the fractions down if you can. So 4 over 20 is the same as 1 over 5. That's dividing the top and the bottom by 4. So what I would like you to have a go at is the following worksheet. There are 12 questions with pictures asking you to find the probability of each equally likely event. Please make sure you download the worksheet, as only part of it is displayed on the screen right now. Have a go at this now, and when you're happy that you've completed it, you can check your answers against those that are posted on Show My Homework. Once you've done this, take a photo and upload it to Show My Homework so I can see how you've got on with the work. If you are struggling to complete some of the work from today's lesson, then please do not hesitate to get in touch via comment on Show My Homework. I'll try to make myself as available as possible and get a reply to you as quickly as I can. If the issue requires a little bit more input from myself, I might ask to arrange a time to meet on Teams where I can give you some personalised help with that specific problem.